20 years after the September 11th attacks, we continue to honor the heroes who bravely protect our country every day. One of them is NYPD Detective Terrence McGhee, who serves on the Joint Terrorism Task Force. He helped the FBI catch Osama bin Laden's son-in-law and bring him to justice. This past weekend, Detective McGhee joined thousands of participants at the annual Tunnel to Towers 5K run and walk. Here's Lisa Evers with the story.
NYPD Detective Terrence McGhee is the team captain once again for the FBI NYPD Joint Terrorism Task Force at the Tunnel to Towers 5K walk and run. It's made up of JTTF members in their green shirts, their families and supporters. He's leading them in his wheelchair on this important mission to honor the military and first responders who make the supreme sacrifice of life and limb for our country. Speaking with Detective McGhee at the JTTF Command Center, I learned that just like his counterterrorism investigations, he never gives up and never forgets.
I believe it's a tremendous honor to be a part of what the Tunnel to Towers represents. They have risen out of the dark days of 9/11, and they represent the dedication and the spirit of Stephen Siller and so many other law enforcement, first responders, fire department, and our military.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation was created in honor of New York City firefighter Stephen Siller, who gave his life to save others on 9/11. Founded by his brother Frank and their siblings, they keep Stephen's spirit of selfless service alive by supporting families who've lost loved ones in the line of duty, as well as those severely injured and facing challenging disabilities.
My experiences being injured and having been shot back in 1990, there are a lot of questions families have, and to have an organization like the Tunnel to Towers, I think supporting you, I think that's a very noble cause.
Detective McGhee tells me that letting families know they're not alone in their pain and suffering is key. So is letting them know that they will not stop pursuing justice.
As we do here on the JTTF, we continue to pursue the people that were responsible for the tragic events of 9/11, and we do not forget in the course of our investigations who are responsible, the people who are responsible for those terrorist attacks. And the Tunnel to Towers organization does not forget also about the sacrifices that have been made.
The relentless 24/7 commitment to saving lives by preventing other terror attacks is a hallmark of the JTTF and of Detective McGhee's life work. He could easily have retired after being shot, or after an accident that confined him to a wheelchair, or after arresting Osama bin Laden's son-in-law. But his love of our country and those who fight to protect us keeps him going. Tunnel to Towers and beyond, a leader every step of the way. In New York City, I'm Lisa Evers.